And good evening and welcome to the Friday Night Podcast. Tonight we've got the original trio, the people that you know. It's myself, we've got Ben at North Cinematics, and we've got Chris at CT Gaming. Chris at CT Gaming does a lot of modded stuff. He's a Battlefield YouTuber, same as Ben. So if you can go and subscribe to Chris at CT Gaming Zone, Ben at North Cinematics, and I've done it again. I've left the sound on so I can hear myself. I've just turned it off. So that's Chris at CT Gaming. You've got Ben at North Cinematics, and on the right-hand side, you will see a television there. If you forget what I've said, it's on there. Just look for the people that are involved. We usually have Stealth Slicer and the Slavic Pigeon there, not on tonight. So it's open mic night tonight. Like I say, we've got Ben and Chris. I want to talk about some Battlefield stuff. I don't think Ben's got any particular subjects. He might talk about Sandstorm. But I think Chris has got one or two things that he may want to talk about. So I'm going to let Chris start us off with the topics tonight. So, Chris, what's the first thing that you want to talk about, mate?
So first and foremost, we got the big announcement from AMD, the next generation of processors. So we got right now the Ryzen 5000. There is a thingy related to like skipping 4000 series, but who cares? We got new CPUs, which are destroying Intel completely. AMD is finally on the top. So yeah, this one is very interesting.
Well, I must admit I'm quite glad about that because you know I'm an AMD fanboy in all fairness. Oh, shut up. Yeah, exactly.
AMD is going to destroy everyone, so...
Get with the program.
i9, mate.
I've got an i9.
i9, man.
Yeah, but I'm a big AMD fan. From when I used to have my own business, I always recommended AMD processors. But if whatever's your thing is your thing, just like to say hello to Howard Hopkins. He said, hello, gentlemen, and Devlin. He always has to have a wee dig in. But it's nice to see you, Howard, anyway, regardless. Hope the missus comes along as well. We always like to see the premium gamers in the chat. But sorry, Chris, carry on. So what are your thoughts on how AMD are doing at the moment, mate, and what sort of technology they're bringing out?
I'm actually really happy with what everything is going on right now with AMD, especially now that we've seen it actually shake the whole marketing. So since Ryzen, they introduced like a revolutionary idea, and I'd like to say big thank you to Lisa Su, who finally revived this company. And now we got AMD back on the top. Actually, it's been like 16 years approximately since last time they were on the top. Then, of course, followed by Intel's Trainwreck. Now we got them back. So all of the deal is that if this refresh is actually previous architecture but completely redone. So even though it's called like Zen 3, it's like a completely different architecture. So we got like all of the old stuff were basically unified, so the instructions per clock got 20% boost, I think. They are reaching the 5 GHz stuff. Right now it's sadly only at 4.9, the highest. That's for the 16 cores. And like they actually unified the cache for all everything. So this CPU, you can actually recommend it for gaming because there's a lot of like centralized stuff in it. It's basically more or less trying to become an Intel, like an Intel style architecture, but doing their own jam. So that's how they basically destroyed the 10900K with Ryzen 7 5800X.
Shit. So you think they've actually got AMD running now? You've got that. Do you think they've got them on the back?
I think they are. Like,
there is some benchmarks that shows that it was ahead against Intel because they showed some benchmarks and statistics.
Go AMD.
We'll have to wait for the next Intel 11th gen.
Although I'm going to say this, you still have to wait for the third-party benchmarks because all that you've seen is just like NVIDIA, you know, two times the stuff, you know.
Which was
but you should still wait. Like Gamers Nexus, you know, Jace to Sense, all that bullshit, and they do all of the testing for us. So we should wait and see. For me personally, I think it's like 20 to 30%. That's the best I can
The
say.
difference, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say hello to Harem King, Lisa Hopkins. She actually made it. Hiya Harem, hiya Lisa, and Jakob. Jakob, hello people. Thanks for joining us. It's the original trio who used to do the drunk streams, and we're all saying we'd like to get that back on. We need to find a game, but we need to find a game that we're all playing. I think I might reinstall Insurgency Sandstorm. Apparently, it's in a good place at the moment, and maybe Ben could say something about that. Insurgency Sandstorm, I actually deleted it. Sorry, Ben, I actually deleted it, but the way that I've heard and what Ben, Slavic, and Chris have been saying the last couple of days, apparently it's in a really good place. Ben?
Oh, yeah, well, so Insurgency Sandstorm, I think, is in a good place right now with the new Breakaway update. I did play it a little bit today actually, and I've noticed that the frame rate is a lot better than what it used to be since the last time I played it. I don't know whether they just updated it with this Breakaway update, but it definitely feels a lot smoother. Less stuttering for me. I know that was a big issue that I used to have, a lot of stuttering. And the frame rate would just go up and down, and it was just not a good experience. It used to crash a lot as well. It seems like they've improved that. But overall, I was really enjoying that new map, which isn't really a new map. But
is it a remake?
It's a remake of an original Insurgency map.
Right, okay.
They've done a really good job with it, and I was playing on the push game mode, and that I love it actually. I think that Tell map, I'm loving that map right now, but yeah, overall it's in a good place, and you know it'd be great if they could get it on the console, because I think it's in the best place that it's been right now. I'm not so sure about some of the cosmetic choices that they're going with, but other than that, I think this for me was one of the best updates. I love the 2 weapons that they've added as well. They've got new attachments as well that improve like your accuracy. They've got some new sights as well, and the FAMAS and the AUG. But yeah, it's a solid update. Really.
So it's looking in a good place, you think, at the moment?
So I think Sandstorm's in the best place that it's been for a very long time. It's
sure.
Good. Yeah.
Sure.
For your information, that was one of the bad maps from Insurgency. So
was it?
Actually, the bridge one, which was remade into Tideway. This was the second. So
they sort of digging into Insurgency maps, but I thought the majority of the Insurgency maps were half decent.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah. Jakob said Rising Storm 2 is free on EGS. We should check that out, so maybe I will. Thanks for that, Jakob. Harem King, it was never the game. It was never the game itself. So yeah, I probably said, and maybe it's hypocritical that I wouldn't play the game again, because NWI actually really put me off the game. It was never the game. I always loved the game, and the boys will all tell you that the game itself, I actually loved it. It was the developers who put me off, but the guys here are saying it's in a decent place at the moment, so maybe I will, maybe I won't. In all fairness, I might wake up tomorrow and think, you know, I'm not going to play it, but
like, it's not going to be for everyone. But I think, yeah, it's definitely for me anyway. I'm enjoying it, but again, I might over time I'll probably lose interest, but for now.
And Howard said, what about Ark? Is that Ark Survival? Is that
Survival Evolved, I think it's called.
Yeah, well, it's that'll be a no from me.
I thought that
Howard, no.
Yeah, I played it on Xbox, and it was
I think I did.
What we should play Fall Guys Among Us.
Oh, we should have a go with we should have a drunk stream on that. How good would that be?
I've got Fall Guys. I've got both of them. So
shit, I don't have any of them, so I got a bag.
Yeah, we can get Fall Guys, though, can't we? Is that not free?
No, it's
no, it's $15.
Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, because apparently that's the end game at the moment. I've been watching it. It's quite fun to watch. Imagine that in a drunk stream, though. We'll have to arrange that. Maybe we'll sort of give the podcast a miss next week and do that on a drunk stream. Would you boys be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's think about that. We'll see what people say. Jin, or is it Yin Kumar? I don't know if it's Jin or
3.
Yin.
Yeah.
Arma 3, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. Not played it for a long, long time. I struggle. I know Ben loves them sort of games. I struggle a bit on them games, but yeah, definitely something we could have a look at anyway. Jen,
It's a miss for me.
yeah. I know you don't.
I love it.
Like I was saying.
Equation, so.
Yeah, I think Chris is the same as me. Struggles a bit on the too realistic. But yeah, Arma 3, great game. So I'm going to go back to Chris. Next topic, because I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. So I'm just going to talk about one thing. So Chris, your next topic, mate.
So the next topic is Intel 11th Gen announcement. Will it be 14 nanometer or 10 nanometers, as they apparently rumoring it to be? So the next one is officially confirmed to feature.
Sorry, can I butt in, Chris? Just so people know, I mean, you're quite technical. Just if people are not as technical as yourself, can you explain a wee bit what that means?
So basically, Intel, out of nowhere, just one day before AMD announced their next generation processors, came out and said, "Yo, dudes, don't forget we are having like our own thingies with the gaming. We're still the best, so we are announcing 11th Gen now and releasing it in 2021." That's basically a thing what they did. So yeah, they're trying to save their asses from the complete destruction that AMD done to them.
Because they did. They definitely did. Because they've dropped a real brick on Intel. I don't know if they expected it or not. I mean, I know there's a lot of secrets within the sort of business and the trade. So maybe they got a whiff of something that was going to happen, and they started panicking. I don't know. What do you think? And thanks for the 11 people that are watching at the moment. Don't forget to drop a like, make a comment. Don't forget, if you've never been watching the podcast before, it's something we do every Friday night at about 8:30 UK time. Don't forget to subscribe to Ben at North Cinematics and Chris at CT Gaming Zone. Also, if you could, Slavic Pigeon and Stealth Slicer 77, you'll see on the right hand side there's television. If you forget, keep watching that television there. Sorry, Chris, carry on, mate.
So to continue, yeah, that was basically AMD just dropped a big fat load of shit on Intel with that presentation, because just for you to remember, they got like Ryzen Threadripper. I think it was announced way back in 2017, 2018. Intel was basically scared shitless of them. So they announced like Core i9, like all of the top end. It was only i7s. Then, because they were afraid of 16 cores for 2 threads, Threadrippers, they announced Core i9s with like 18 cores and shit, and consumed like all of the electricity in the house.
Yeah.
So, and now we got this. Basically, Ryzen's were announced. Again, 16 cores. Now it's like a norm. AMD made a norm to have like 16 cores for 2 threads. Like, I'm terribly sorry for the folks who got a Threadripper in the first generation.
Yes. Because it were a lot of money as well.
We lost like about $4,000 on it.
Yeah.
Now it's a norm.
No.
I'm terribly sorry for you. But we are seeing the same situation again. So basically, AMD just released like a lot of powerful CPUs. They are pricey. I'm going to say this. They're a bit pricier now, but it's definitely worth it. Because you just buy them and replace the CPU in the motherboard. That's it. It's that's literally supported out of the gate. So, and now Intel looks at this and is like, oh shit. So we lost the gaming ability. Let's drop an article. Let's save our asses for once. So that's what we are witnessing. So they're saying like, all right, so we got the IPC improvements. We got like all of the PCIe 4.0 coming up. They already lost this war by not having PCIe 4.0 with the previous generation, like 10th gen right now. Because they didn't have it on time, AMD just won this. So they are going to be an underdog, I think, for the meanwhile, until they finally get sorted out with the 10th nanometers, the technical process, which they shrink the size to get more power and less consuming. But I think that's gonna take about 2 to 4 years for them just to catch up, then
Sure.
try and actually compete against them. So remember, folks, stagnation is always bad for you.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think they got a too big for the boots, and AMD just kept creeping and creeping and creeping? What is it? The snail and the fox, the race or something? Remember that? That
Fox and the Hare.
fox and the or was it snail? Was it not a snail? Tortoise.
Tortoise.
Yeah, and the tortoise just kept plodding along and plodding along, and next thing it ran the race. Do you think that's what's happened with Intel and AMD now? That AMD have just kept plodding along, researched, and just got through and
I
passed
don't
them.
like the fact you have to buy a new motherboard to put in the new CPUs. That's a ball ache.
I know it is. It is.
I really don't like that. And that's the good advantage.
Imagine
for the
everyone,
AMD
we are
guys.
going through year 5 of the same socket support.
Yeah,
AMD
Yeah, exactly.
5 different CPUs.
And they've all worked on the same boards.
They all work on the same fucking motherboard. Intel can't even have a generation on it.
Exactly. I think it's true, but I think that Intel turned into the Apple of processors. Do you know what I mean? They just
what you
got
mean.
greedy. They got everything had to be different, so they made more money. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't make money on the motherboards, but they made money on the fact that they had to use their processors on the motherboard. It was all like, handing money over to Intel for basically, are we allowed to make this chipset? Do you know what I mean? Or to support this chipset, sorry.
So that's a problem. Intel,
It is a big problem, Chris.
yeah, it's a big problem because Intel thought that AMD wouldn't catch up after like the disasters with FX, all of that stuff. And they were like, all right, so basically they are trash. We can just keep on shitting 4 cores, 8 threads, and like no one will actually care about this. And guess what? AMD came back in 2016 and
Fucking destroyed them.
it was just a start. So remember, it was still weaker than like the top of the line. Top of the line was basically a bit weaker than Intel's. Then it started coming back. So 2700X became nearly the same level as Core i7. Then they started giving birth to Core i9s, and then came Ryzen 9. And just
But there's different. In all fairness, there's different ways to look at it, Chris. Because the bottom line is, in general, I think the Ryzen, they're all good CPUs. But if you put a Ryzen 9 against an Intel of the same sort of spec, the Intel in gaming really would win that war. But like you say, with the next generation or the technology that's coming, they're just going to blow them out of the water now. Intel have got 2 lakhs.
For benchmarking for gaming, because at the moment it is better to have an Intel for gaming, but
Just for gaming though, if you're using it for gaming, rendering, for things like we do, and multitasking, AMD blow them out of the water without any doubt. Blow them out of the water.
I agree with that, yeah.
I just want to say, Howard's made a comment. Each person should pick a genre, a game in a different genre, and everyone play each week. I think he's saying that we should all pick a different genre, and we'll all play that. I mean, I like shooters at the end of the day. I think the boys do, but I'm willing to try something else. It'd be nice. For anyone out there, if you're watching it later, to suggest a game that we can have a drunk stream on, because they used to be funny. I used to really enjoy those games. Yeah, they were great. And Felix, Jack's son, what are you drinking tonight? Well, I'm drinking dark rum, mate.
sorry.
So I don't know what else are the boys drinking. Any used to drinking? Yeah, we've got Ben on San Miguel, and Chris, are you drinking tonight?
He's on water tonight.
He's on water. He's been a good. He's got a lot of uni work. He's got a lot of university work. Right. Okay. I'm gonna have a little say about something, and it's Battlefield. My channel started predominantly. I think the 3 of us predominantly started as Battlefield channels. and we've all sort of veered off in different ways. And like Chris, as well as suppose, always been into modding, and Ben has sort of moved on to tactical and hardcore shooters, and I've sort of moved on to. I don't actually know, in all fairness, what I've moved on to do. I'm just moving. I do all different things. I don't sort of pigeonhole myself. Not saying the guys do, because they all do different things. But I want to talk about Battlefield tonight, and there's been a phenomenon, and that's the only way I can subscribe it. I don't know if anyone's deleted any of their tweets, but on Twitter recently, a lot of the bigger content creators for Battlefield, is there any left? We were talking about that before we started. Is there actually any Battlefield content creators at the moment? But I've noticed a trend where they have been just posting Battlefield. And I'm thinking, what's this all about? Scott Jordan, good evening, mate. So I pulled, well, I didn't pull anyone up, to be honest. I said something to the Broken Machine. Now, I've nothing against the Broken Machine. I think he's a smashing guy. He looks a big, hefty bear. He's a big unit. With a girly voice, but he put it on there. So I said, let me bring it up to myself. Hold on, because I'm a bit of an old geezer and I lose it sometimes.
Yeah, you're having a bit of a
moment. No, I don't.
Quite a scrap. Yeah.
It wasn't a scrap. So basically, the Broken Machine posted Battlefield, and that's it. That's all he put. So I said, says every in their pocket Battlefield player who went to Warzone simply for the views. So he replied, in whose pocket? BF players are not allowed to like any other games now. And then he put, simply for views, please. So I replied, and there was a reply after that by SEO Galuna. He said, thousands of people moved over. DICE waved the white flag, blah, blah, blah. What they're meant to do. There is a void, and it's true. I totally agree with that. There is a Battlefield void at the moment. I have no issue with that. So basically, what I said to back to the Broken Machine was, never once did I say Battlefield players weren't allowed to like other games, because I didn't. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's all I said. And I said, views, yes, definitely. You did it for the views. You moved over. The bigger YouTube creators for Battlefield moved over to Warzone. And actually, I've had a few conversations before they actually did that. And I said, they'll all move over to Warzone. And they did. You included, Broken Machine. You did exactly the same thing. So whose pocket did I suggest that you and other content creators are in? And it's EA and DICE. It's as simple as that. You are in their pocket. And I'm not have anything differently said. You are definitely in their pocket. So I said, you protest too much, blah, 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 blah. So I had a comment, I had to say it, and I said it. So I don't know if at this moment in time, are DICE going to make an announcement about Battlefield 6 or the next Battlefield, whatever it's going to be called, and they're now getting their content creators, the predominant Battlefield content creators, who all jumped over to Warzone because the views for their Battlefield content was shite. Have they gone to them and said, look, we are going to make this announcement or an announcement, and I need you to start mentioning Battlefield. I need you to be a bit cryptic, like that. What's that Sans bloke name, Chris?
Which one?
Is it Nicholas?
Yes,
Nicholas Ostrand. Yeah, Ostrand. Ooh, Ostrand. Because we think that, or personally, I think that there may be some announcement being made soon, and dare I say it, are they trying to maybe take a bit of the fire away from Call of Duty Cold War? I don't know. Maybe you lads have got your own thoughts on this, but I've seen it off an awful lot of content creators just posting Battlefield, and I do think they all moved over to Warzone because the views on the Battlefield content was crap. And I'll go over to you now, Ben, because I think actually he's done it. It breaks my fucking heart that he's done it. But Ben, go on. You talk about that.
I was just going to say, well, Westy did move over to Call of Duty Warzone, but fair play to him. You know, credit where credit's due. It has worked for him, and you know, he was doing quite well with his Battlefield, but I thought he was going to stagnate, and I thought, you know,
it wasn't going to work.
Yeah, when he goes over to Warzone, I thought that was it, but you know, he went over to Warzone, and you know, he's done pretty well. But you know, at the moment, I don't really see any Battlefield YouTubers. I don't see anyone really covering Battlefield. I know there's, I mean, in all fairness, there's, what can you even talk about? There's nothing.
There isn't, no, is it?
There's no Battlefield 5 updates. Like,
nah.
Well, they just dropped that game. And I think they promised like community games or something as support, but I don't think that's never came out either. So there's nothing really to talk about for Battlefield anyway. So I think EA and DICE have pretty much killed any content creation for Battlefield, because
for anyone who thought they could start being a Battlefield content creator.
I just wonder if someone like Westy might even come back to Battlefield, or would he just?
Well, I think he's making too much fucking money on Warzone. In all fairness,
he's got too many people who are interested in his Warzone content now. I'm not sure.
I know.
Completely different audience,
I know.
But he seems to get like hundreds of thousands of views on some of his videos. So I don't even know if they'll be even.
Would he dare to do it, Ben?
Would they even be interested in like an update video about Battlefield?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I just want to say thanks, Scott Jordan. Couple of suggestions. Scott Jordan and Howard Hopkins. Oh, was it Howard? Yeah. Howard said he'd love to see us play a racing game drunk. Actually, that'd be a good idea. That'd be actually an excellent idea. And actually, Scott Jordan said golf. And that'd be another. Can you imagine starting off being all careful, and then when we've had a few fucking beverages?
We've got to do that. Any of these ideas are brilliant.
Actually, it's something we should think about.
I actually want to play Forza Horizon 4. So
I'll be up for that.
I'm up for
that. Imagine us three trying to race. Actually, that's a great, Howard. That is a great idea, mate. Thank you for all the 12 people watching. It's not fantastic views, but we love you all. And don't forget to subscribe to Ben at CT Gaming Zone, Chris at CT Gaming Zone, and Ben at North Cinematics. Again, if you look at the right there, you'll see a television. It's advertising all the channels that we support. Howard Hopkins, Battlefield, Civil War. No, I don't think so. We actually played a Civil War, didn't we, Ben? At the Restless Natives. So what was actually, Ben? What was that game we played? Civil War. We had a fucking blast.
Civil War. Oh God, I remember. Yeah,
that was brilliant.
I can't remember the name of it, but we played this game. What was it? It'll come to me later, but. It was that
Chris, you should have got on it. It was free.
British against like Americans.
Americans, yeah.
I really enjoyed that game.
We had such a laugh, didn't we?
Free to play as well, I think.
Yeah, free to play. We'll have to look for that. That'd be good on a drunk stream. So funny.
I nearly had it. Battle something.
Battleground, not Battlegrounds.
It might have been Battlegrounds.
Yeah, it was. It was Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds 3.
That's it.
Actually, Chris, do us a favour for next week. Download Battlegrounds free. It's free. It was funny. It's so basic, but it was such a laugh. And honestly, there was other people, weren't they? We were talking to other people, and everyone was crying, laughing, and it was such fun. And you died a lot. Everyone was meleeing people. Battlegrounds 3. Such a good game. Anyone else out there who's looking for something free to play, that is a really decent game. And what about that other game, Ben, that would be good for Drunk Stream? That was a free one. That one called Deceit.
Oh,
remember, someone turns into a monster.
Oh,
I remember I turned into the monster and no one knows, and you're going, who is it? I don't know, and it was me.
It was
Deceit.
It was on the Crysis engine, so it looked pretty decent actually.
It did look decent, and it was a good concept, I think it's still going.
I think it is still going. I did play it after we had a game, and I played it.
North Gaming Zone.
I know, I saw that. I can't remember the name, but we'll have to look at some of these games that we could play for a drunk stream. I think there's some good.
Do you know what? Well, I tell you what we should do. We should start a series that we should do drunk streams on shitty, not even particularly shitty, but free games off Steam. Just find free games off Steam, like Battlegrounds, but that's such a laugh.
That's what we were doing at that point. I remember we were looking for free games to play, and there is actually some decent free to play games that you can find on Steam. But yeah, we can just have a look at whatever game would be quite.
Yeah, we'll fight, but I think we should feature the ones we've talked about. Battlegrounds free, we'll do one on that. Maybe it's halfway through, we'll cross over to Deceit. But that was so funny, and they'd be great. And definitely a driving game, definitely a golf game, because I think that'd be quite entertaining. In all fairness,
yeah, definitely, I'd definitely be up for that.
I'm up for that. I'm proper up for that.
I think he was Scott Jordan was referring to this game called Golf with Your Friends or something.
Oh, was that an actual game? Sorry, Scott.
I'm not sure if he's.
Sorry, Jordan.
There's actually, there's a game where you can play like golf together, and it's called Golf with Your Friends. It's like £10 or something. But yeah, all right,
we'll have to have a look at that. We'll have to have a look at that. And Scott Jordan, you're going to have to be one of our special guests one night. Come on the podcast and come and have a chat. You don't, obviously, it's just my ugly mug that's usually on here. I'm trying to get the lads to put the faces up here, but they won't fucking do it. So Scott Jordan, hopefully we can get you on as a guest panelist. Just when we're doing an open mic night. I think the open mic nights go better, in all fairness.
I enjoy them all.
Yeah, exactly. And look at us, we veered off. We there was one or two things we actually did want to talk about, and then we talk about free to play games on Steam. So, Chris, anything else off your list, mate?
Alrighty, so let's see. We got PlayStation 5 teardown, liquid metal concerns, storage expansion, and size. So I'd like first to ask you, what do you think about the PlayStation 5? So before I actually jump into it.
Me, actually, you're probably asking the wrong person, and the PlayStation fans will hate me. I'm not a big fan, in all fairness. The technology itself, I just think it looks awful. I like severe cut things, Chris. I like blocky things. I don't know. I don't like it.
Around the bush I don't like it.
Yeah, I was being a child. I don't like it.
I like the Xbox better, actually, but that's just because I'm an Xbox player. But I genuinely think the Xbox Series X, it's the better console as well, so...
Well, yeah, and I think the PlayStation 5 looks like some out of a Marvel comic. The big fuck-off shoulders, and I don't know. Chris, I don't like it. The technology, yes, and it's going to win the race, yes. It's not the better spec machine, and that's proven. But yet, will it win the race? It probably will.
Well, yeah. Well, I think probably.
So go on, Chris. Did I say wrong or right?
No, it was actually your opinion. So, based from the teardown of the PS5, apparently a new trend will come in of liquid metal into the consoles. So now that you want to repair, for example, if, let's say, you want to tear it down, to basically call it properly, so clean it out, everything, when you tear it down, it has liquid metal. So there is two concerns. First one, if you open it up and you open it completely, basically you have to buy liquid metal, and applying it is a pain in the ass. because if you spill like a molecule of that thing, your console is toast, because that thing is thermally conductive, like electrically conductive, so it can literally short the CPU and your console is fucked.
Shit, really?
Yeah,
Oh god.
because liquid metal is no joke when it comes to everything. Like it for PCs, even for these, like only really enthusiast folks, like yours truly, of course. I was looking forward to get liquid metal, but then it comes to the copper stuff, and it can actually apparently dry out. So you have to replace it. That's the second concern that comes in. So there's a lot of problems that I think this is more of a short-term thingy. So they have like a proper cooling, but then when it actually dries out, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see all of
Very interesting by the sounds of it.
all of the folks just rushing the stores and trying to swap all of those thermal conductives. Also related to storage expansion, you just need an M2 slot. So it has like an M2 slot. You buy the SSD. You can basically buy the cheapest one. But this is where the problem kicks in. It's only PCIe 4.0.
Oh, by the way, if anyone's looking for SSDs, hang on. If you look on the camera
Amazon
now, I've got a few in my hand there.
Yeah, so while on the topic, before we jump into that, the expansion storage on PlayStation 5 can be easily messed up. So for example, you buy like it has an NVMe storage, but for example you buy a SATA and you introduce it into PS5, you're basically fucked. So for example, you pay $200 and you mistake the version. So for example, you buy PCIe 3.0 by 4 instead of 4.0 by 1. Sorry man, that won't work on your console. So you wasted $300, maybe $200 on that thing.
That's shit.
For Xbox, you just buy a proprietary cartridge. You just say, dude, I need the expansion for Xbox. You got the cartridge, you place it, that's it. So that's basically killing two bunnies in one. Because while on the topic, we got Xbox Series X. Apparently they are licensing the SSDs. So it's not only for Seagate.
Yeah.
It's not only
Shit.
Seagate.
Right, yeah.
So they're expanding it. So expect in the future maybe 4 terabytes, maybe 5. No, it's already depending on the future games and shit. So yeah.
Shit. So Howard, sorry guys. Howard he's asked, how can I join the open mic nights? By all means, I can make you a active streamer. That's not a problem. And then you can join. I don't know if you've seen the voice chat. You'll see that one's locked in. It's streamer chat, or what is it called? Streaming chat, whatever it is. We can get you on there. We'd love to have you on there, Howard. If you can handle, us Brits, us Moldovans, by all means, we'd love to have you on the panel. Guys, would we?
Yeah,
Sure, man.
definitely. He's been a long-term watcher. Get him on
Yeah,
there.
actually,
I'm
yeah.
going to hire you to build me a tank. So
Yeah, by all means, Howard, I would love to have you on the show. It'd be great if you come on. Let me know if you're definitely serious about it. If you've got a microphone, you have to be on the Discord. That's how we do the chat. That isn't a problem. Would love to have you on. If there's something you want to talk about, that'd be brilliant. Whisper of Insanity. How about playing Amongst Us or Among Us?
Someone mentioned that, didn't they?
Yeah. It's one of the end games again at the moment, isn't it? But I heard a lot of people saying, I hope that game dies. I've never played it, in all fairness, so I can't really say. So
To get some friends together, but it's better with
what
friends.
is it? What is it? I've not really played it.
Understand it because I played it for probably 20 minutes or something, and I stopped playing it because you've got to. Basically, I think there's someone it's like Trouble in Terrorist Town, where there's someone you've got to try and find who's the person that's sort of like the terrorist or whatever. And you
Right.
gotta come together and basically find out who the guy is that's trying to basically make everything go all tits up, because you're on like a spaceship and you do I think you can murder people and stuff.
So it is better with friends.
It is better with friends, but It's one of those. Yeah, you've got to play it with friends, really, because you get when you're not playing it with friends, it does get boring. I got bored of it pretty quick.
All right, okay.
You've got like a text chat, and you can like talk to people on via text, but you can't like voice chat with people.
Okay.
You'd have to get into like a Discord chat, and we'd have to talk to. We'd be like, "Oh, we think that's the guy that's been chosen, or whatever." Because I think they pick one person, and you've got to find out who it is.
That's a bit like Deceit, then.
Yeah, it's a bit like Deceit, really, or Trouble in Terrorist Town for Gary's mod.
Apparently, Whisper of Insanity is Howard and Lisa's daughter.
Huh?
Howard, yeah, he's just put on there. If you look,
I didn't know that. I thought that was a different person.
No. Yeah, don't say anything bad then. So we're gonna, gentlemen, we're gonna get Howard on one of the open mic nights, and I think probably Howard, we'll probably stick to open mic nights because we like the fact that we can just swap and change. It's not as it's not as anal. We don't have to sort of anal. We don't have to stick to any particular subjects, and it's good when. Yin, is it Yin or Jin? Jin Kumar, can you tell us? Escape from Tarkov. We've all got it, and we all played it. Yeah, I liked it. I think Ben quite liked it. Chris wasn't over keen. Chris?
Nope.
He wasn't over keen on it. But when we were playing it, it was glitchy as shit. I suppose, depending on if people want it, we could always go back to it. Definitely. We could always go back to it. We've all got it. We can all play it. I really enjoyed it, actually. But it was really, really glitchy.
When we were like trying to get our loot out, and it's quite intense at times.
Yeah, we had like seconds left to get out.
Yeah,
and I shot Chris, and he bled out, and I was like begging. I'm like, Chris, I'm sorry. Okay, Devlin, fuck you, Devlin. I died. I know, yeah, and it was right at the start.
I think you actually lose gear if you get shot.
Yeah, all your gear, it's all gone. All you get, you didn't, mate, because I picked it up. But
well, you can be that, what's that? You can be like a recruit, can't you? And go in with some other. Gear.
No, it's you go on scavengers, don't you? You go on a scavenger hunt where you don't lose your shit, do you? Because it's not yours to lose. But if you get something, you bring it back. Yeah, I quite liked Tarkov. The learning curve's pretty high on that game, though. That's the only thing.
Game, though? Are people still playing it?
Oh yeah, it's massive. Mate, it's massive.
Yeah, I just kind of I wasn't sure whether it was still big, but
no, it's got a big player base. It's actually massive. It's still massive. Is it Yin, Mr. Kumar? Can you tell us if it's Yin or Jin? And if it's Yin, spell it with a Y, and then we'll know to call you Yin or Jin, because we don't want to be disrespectful to you, mate. And I really appreciate you coming to watch the stream.
Well, make sure to drop a like. We've got 12 people watching and 7 likes.
So we need the 12 people to like, if you could possibly do that. And again, advertisement, if you could subscribe to Bennett North Cinematics and Chris at CT Gaming. If you're watching and not subscribed to me, subscribe to me as well, please. If you're from Canada, you know who you are. Fuck you.
I'll never forget.
No. At the end of the day, Sandstorm for me, going back to Sandstorm, you know where I'm going. It was never the game. Loved the game. It was just the team, to be honest, and I'm so glad, because I might have a wee bit of talk about that. I'm so glad that we've got Saber took over to do the port, because they are so good, and we've got the Embracer Group, who are renowned in the industry. So I think for the console players, it's nothing but good news. But I still don't think you will get it on the PS4 and the Xbox One X. It's not going to happen. And one thing I want to talk about, and we were discussing this before we started the stream, you see this thing with the cosmetics on Insurgency Sandstorm. Not a lot of people like it. They think you like it. It looks ridiculous. It takes the immersion away from the game. But some people don't care about that, and I get you. I'm with you. If you like the game, just play the game. Ignore the cosmetics. But I'm going to tell you something now, and it will happen, and it's not speculation. It will happen that. See the model that they are doing at the moment where they are saying, look, we're going to add some cosmetics into this game and you've got to pay for the cosmetics. Well, that's the model for the next game. Yeah. You cannot buy it with in-game currency. You have to purchase those skins, those cosmetics with real money. That's the way NWI are going.
Yeah.
So do me a favor, when their new game comes out, please do not pre-order that game. Wait to see what it's like, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm going to put my thumbs up to myself, stick one up my anal hole, and smile to myself. But I'm telling you now, that is the model they are going for. They are sort of teasing it in for you that the cosmetics are going to be a primary thing in the next title that's coming out, possibly August next year. I'm going to go August. August next year. I'm going August. I'll possibly go August. No, totally speculation that. So August, you might see a new title. I think
we need to talk about that then. August. That's. So let's say that the console version is coming out in
waste of time.
March. Let's say March time. Let's say that it does come out on current gen. Well, what? That's like 2-3 months that console players will get. Mate,
it's pointless coming out. And I've said that all along. Behind the scenes, I've said all along. Look, if they would have got this game out 12 months or whenever they said they were going to get the game out on console originally, they just, and I'm going to say it because I've told you before, Insurgency, Sandstorm, NWI, sue me if I'm telling lies. You should have got this game out when you said you were going to get this game out. You didn't get it out because you couldn't do it, and you knew you couldn't do it. And that's the bottom line. And I've told you before, when you've commented on my videos and said I'm giving misinformation, that misinformation has been not even 50% right, it's been 100% right every single time, because I've got a leak in your company and you're never going to know who it is, because you don't know it is, because I'm not going to say anymore. Anyway, if you would have got that game out, your company would have been the company it was 2 years ago, the best company ever, because you were transparent, you were a great company that give information about everything you were doing. And the reason you stopped giving information about console is because you couldn't get it out, and you knew when you put that game on the Xbox store, you knew it wasn't coming out. I am so happy Saber Interactive and the Embracer Group have took over. It's not you working with them, NWI. It's been taken away from you.
Yeah, basically.
Insurgency Sandstorm on console is now in Saber Interactive hands, and you know what? That's a thumbs up from me. Can I just have a look at some of the comments, guys? Is that all right?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Sure, man.
I thought you Brits, and it's not just Brits, we've got a Moldovan here, Howard, hated Americans. We don't hate Americans.
No.
We're Americans are in, well, exactly. Americans are initially British people. We went over there like we did, conquered everyone. So at the end of the day, you speak and bastardized our language. So, we don't hate Americans. Bottom line is no, and actually genuinely we don't hate Americans. Harem said the fuck boomer. Shit happens. Jakob, well, it's still kind of good as long as the 2014 version
2014, yeah.
is not absolutely dead. I love that.
Or Dead by Daylight, someone said.
Dead by Daylight, maybe. Yeah, Whisper of Insanity, gotta be nice. Drunk Friday the 13th. Howard, that game was not good, mate. Friday the 13th. It was good for about 5 minutes.
Like it
Nah.
was average.
Yeah, it wasn't clever. It would have been funny actually to play that game drunk, but I think it's had its day, Howard. In all fairness, love your idea about a racing game, but nah, Friday the
I love
13th.
the idea of the racing game.
Yeah, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Yeah. So, Chris, sorry, have you got any more?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna bring up something. So we got the new GPUs from AMD announced. So we got the 6900X. Nice. Well, so apparently it's going to be close fight with the 3080, and as well as Red Team is actually coming back in the GPUs as well. So basically, we have to wait and see what the new GPUs will be like, because some benchmarks and pictures have leaked of it, and apparently it's going to fight nearly on par with the 3080. So
That'd
that
be-
sounds
Shit.
That
sounds
insane.
great news if you are going for all red team, and
Yeah.
you can actually fight against Nvidia now. So the announcement is still far away. I think it was 28th, maybe later, but still, these leaks are really promising. So, yeah.
Do you know the price of it, Chris? What's the price of the radio?
Is there any prices? No, nothing.
Sadly, nothing yet. But
Oh,
I suppose they're going to be cheaper than the Nvidia stuff.
But it's still going to be quite a lot of money, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to be the bang for the buck.
Yeah.
So you should be looking out for that.
Because the one thing you always knew about AMD is you did get your money's worth.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
it was always like this. And
Ryzen's,
for our final
mate.
topic, we got the Avengers. That's from the games section. Pre-ads under live service. Would you support such titles? Having like,
Pre-ads.
What?
yeah, they have like ads. Basically,
Oh,
you pay.
no.
What,
pay
within game?
live service.
Oh,
So basically, they got like Intel skins. They have like Virgin Radio, Virgin Media
What?
skins. That's
No, not for me, boys.
Game? What, free ads? What, ads in the
not free
game?
ads. It's basically like skins based off brands. So it's like Fall Guys.
Oh,
but
no.
budget.
Oh no, you mean cosmetics for brands?
Cosmetics for
Nah,
brands.
Oh no, not for me, mate. Not for me.
That's a no from me, sorry. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
That's not a good practice. I don't. Oh, that's really stupid. That is. That just what having like brands as cosmetics. That's terrible. That's a terrible idea. Yeah, don't like that.
No,
Do you want to hear
that's
something,
serious. Go on, Chris.
There is even something worse. So Spider-Man, it's only available on PS4. Like you don't even get shit. Even if you own a PlayStation 4, you got the account. You can only play it on PS4. That's how it goes. And they also got custom skins for it as well. Imagine running around in the Intel Hulk and his color.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Have you got any screenshots, Chris?
You can actually find it on the internet. Like,
Oh shit.
legit is just weird.
No, I'm not one for
I
that.
can't believe that. I don't. That doesn't like. I can't even imagine that being a thing. But please don't say that's a thing. That's like.
Mate, it's a thing. Like, even in my country, in this fucking Soviet scrapyard, we got Core i9s selling with exclusive codes for Intel CPUs. Oh, and also I forgot. They apparently have like a setting only available for Intel processors. So if you got AMD, you can't enable it, so you won't have some features in the game.
Shit.
I don't like. That's not a good. Someone needs.
No,
to
that's not. No.
Need to. Push
Yeah,
back.
like Angry Joe did an excellent rant related
Yeah.
to that garbage. So I'm going to actually share you some pictures of what I see in my store right now. That will be in our DMs.
yeah.
But still, you can go on Google and just type Intel Core i9 Marvel's Avengers Edition. You can literally get a box with Avengers bullshit on it.
Shit.
Blue Hulk, some Iron Man garbage, like blue Captain America,
Oh god, yeah,
Basically,
yeah. I know.
skins.
Just yeah, that's
promoting brands.
yeah.
So what do you think about this live service? They also got battle passes for each, not for everyone, for each all of these heroes. So you got
That's
Iron Man,
so bad.
So you got Iron Man, 1 battle pass, Captain Marvel, 1 battle pass, Hulk, 1 battle pass. So it basically went
Shit.
like thousands of dollars just to upgrade your
Yeah, I
characters.
don't like that. That's not good.
It's also very
Shit.
expensive. So that's how it goes in 2020 apparently.
I know, right? Yeah, that's literally the most 2020 thing I've heard. Like, that is just so 2020.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the state. And that was the final topic. The Avengers stuff
We've
was
got
really great.
Cyberpunk as well. You put
Cyberpunk, I actually just wanted to say that it's coming out, so everyone get ready, prepare
Alright.
yourselves, because we are going to delve into the Cyberpunk. Like,
Yeah, and we'll probably talk about that, I think.
yeah.
maybe on release we'll have like a chat, a discussion,
Drunk stream.
gaming discussions, just like the on game.
I'm excited for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I am actually.
I'm really excited for Cyberpunk since in 2015.
You've been waiting for that, haven't you, Chris?
For me, yes. Like I've seen the trailer in 2015, then I watched Blade Runner, and Blade Runner was like, oh shit, there you go. So I watched Blade Runner 2049, like the sequel movie. I watched some animated shows, basically it was called Blackout and stuff. That's when everything related to the Cyberpunk hit me. And when I heard like the Witcher creators are doing like a Cyberpunk, holy fuck, I must pre-order this. And I have it pre-ordered since 2019.
Shit.
It's been a year now.
Just want to say, Howard Hopkins, if you're still watching, you are now an active streamer. You can join the streaming chat. It's not locked to you anymore. So if you are ready to join us on one of the podcasts, let me know. We'll invite you next time. You can now actually join the streamer chat. So Howard Hopkins could be on the panel one night. And then if Lisa wants to come on as well, by all means, we
insanity
or intelligence. Because I'd like to have guests on because it's been really nice tonight. But we've probably come to about an hour. I don't know.
58 minutes.
Well, we'll talk about. Should we talk about some whatever we might want to do in the future? I don't know. Just anything for the next few minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. Does anyone want to start? Or
you see, my plans for this, I think it's basically been, no disrespect, Slavic, but it's been Stel Slice and myself, you, Ben, and you, Chris, that have been doing everything. But I'd like to get to a point where we could have guest panelists on. I don't know how you think about that.
Yeah, I think that'd be great to keep it fresh.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about. I've been sort of communicating with one or two people. I've not asked directly, but I might start asking directly in the next couple of weeks. A couple of people to come on, a lot bigger than us, that might be interested in coming on, but I've not directly asked them. They've watched the stream. But I'm making myself more active on Twitter now to certain people, and I don't know. It's up to you guys. I mean, you're a part of this podcast. It's not just me. I just host the fucking thing. But I think it'd be nice if we have some guest panelists. What do you think?
100%. I'd love that.
Yeah, why not?
That'd give us some. Just gives us
Different perspectives, I think.
Yeah, different people as well, which is good.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
So we might have to start off with fucking Howard, though. You know, fuck's sake. No, that'd be nice. Actually, he's been a sub of ours for a long, long time. It'd be nice to see Howard. Maybe Lisa come on.
Just we create like a new channel with the guest role, so we have like a separate channel for. Like,
you're actually right. Yeah, guest. Yeah.
Good.
Good call, Chris. Yeah. We could maybe do that. Any suggestions for anyone out there? of what you think we should do with the podcast, because it's all been an experiment. It's actually working
I love this
all
podcast.
right. Yeah,
I think it's really good.
I do.
Go further.
But I want your suggestion, ladies, gentlemen out there. Do you think the guys, regardless if they mask up or not, should come on like I do and get their face on screen? Regardless, it's COVID at the moment, so you can wear a mask.
Get away.
And I could do it Discord. I could do it Discord. So, I mean, do you know what? I'm enjoying these podcasts, and we've had an average 10, 12 people watching at once, and people will watch it afterwards. But who cares who's coming on as a guest, to be honest? Adam, you're such a dick. Yeah. So, Adam, you should come on, you big gay. Tell us all about hacking you can't do. No, Haram, actually, no, with all due respect, Haram, you'd probably be a really interesting guy to come on and have a chat with us. Yeah, you should come on, mate. You should come on. No one will see your face. No one knows what you're all about. Just come on, have a chat with us. Because I honestly think this podcast could go somewhere. Maybe we'll start a different channel for the three of us, that we all just do that.
I've maybe like a podcast channel that we can
just for doing that.
Podcast, yeah. I'd love to see this go further. I think we could. I mean, we've got still 9 views at the moment. I mean, that's pretty decent considering.
Howard said, "Everyone but you and North, ugly fuckers." It'd be nice actually to get Howard on.
Yeah, I know. Get him on.
Because I think this would do you good as well, Howard, to get in and just chat about shit you want to chat about. Because you can talk about what you want. Chris was talking about technology, AMD and Intel. Ben was talking about Sandstorm. I was talking broken biscuits as usual. But yeah, broken biscuits are rubbish. You get a bag of broken biscuits, they're fucking rubbish. Neither do I. You get them factory biscuits. You get like a big box full for £1 or something.
I think they're decent.
But yeah, we are going to stick with a podcast, but we need to find time, or need to maybe reschedule shit to do some of the drunk streams, because actually I think people enjoyed them.
Yeah, we haven't done one for ages as well.
I know.
It would be nice to get involved, because still people ask me about the drunk streams. They still say, are you ever going to do a drunk stream again?
And it's funny because we've had the the original trio on tonight. We should say, yes, we're definitely going to do it. But I don't think, I'm thinking about it, I was saying like next week we should stop the podcast. Yeah. I don't think it should interfere with that. And I think like me, you, Stealth, Chris, even Slavic, we should just make one channel just for the podcast. What do you think?
Maybe, yeah. If you want to push the push the podcast further, maybe just make another channel for it. I don't know.
And then it's the three of us. So whatever happens with the three of us, we all contribute and we all, if possible, gain something, and it doesn't interfere. But I think you know what I think we should do? Even if you masked up, I think every week everyone should take a turn of hosting. Okay. I don't mind hosting, but I mean, I know Chris likes wearing his masks and his hoodies and his caps. You could clear, and you could wear your COVID mask, Ben, and just host it for one night. Do you know what I mean? And I'll shake it and change it up a wee bit. I don't know. I don't know.
That might be good because once you put your face on there, then maybe you get a bit more comfortable, and then.
Well, look, I don't give a shit, to be honest. I'm the old boomer of the gang, but I think it'd be good, and I think it would, it could sort of sprout into something different. Yeah. People have done it, it's worked. People have done it, it's not worked. But I think because initially when we did this, we got quite high views, and then it went down and down and down. And I've always said it's the grind. Yeah, because YouTube hates me. So maybe it's better if we do make a completely new channel.
Yeah, well, maybe that might be better, because I feel like your views have gone down. I don't know why, but maybe
because I've been shadow banned. I know I am. I know I am, because me, you and Chris had this conversation. We looked at our analytics and the way it worked, because even Chris spotted it. And just from my analytics, we won't go into it. Yeah. I'm obviously shadow banned.
Well, yeah, if I compare, yours is mostly search, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So most of mine are browse features.
Browse features. Chris, are yours browse features?
Mine is browse features.
Yeah, and mine search. You've got to physically search for me, or physically search for my content, or the content that I put out.
Banned in 2018,
I think you did went through that, Chris.
2018 was one of the worst years for me personally. I was going through hell because of the college, and I started like pushing for the quality. I started doing more content just to get more attention, and then it just flopped. I lost my shit. So yeah, and only in 2019 and like maybe the beginnings, I honestly don't remember. Then did I start to get noticed again. So I'm really happy.
And it's been, this year's been all right for you. Last year and this year's been all right for you, Chris.
Yes, for me it's been all right. Like I'm not even complaining. Getting anything is just amazing. So cheers everyone for the support, for all the supports on our streams. Like you physically showing up to watch our show supports a lot. And
no, exactly.
We really enjoy seeing people just coming, supporting us, throwing likes and sharing them. Yeah. As we grow bigger, we have a wider audience, we cover a lot more stuff. We'll get resources to upgrade our quality. So we are not stagnating, we're always pushing to getting the quality to you.
Well said, Chris. Definitely well said. Because that is right. The more people that watch us, the more people that click on the like, it helps us. And I'm sure you heard us on stream. We'll probably consider making a completely different channel just for podcasts. Because I think that's probably the right way to go. Because I think the podcasts are gonna do all right, and I think the next one I'm gonna sort of backtrack. I think we will do a podcast next week rather than a drunk stream, and we'll try and do a drunk stream and another day, and we will get there. We will get on the drunk streams again because they were brilliant. We love them. But I think should we say that Howard's going to be the guest next week?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
So we're going to put Howard Hopkins on for next week. So we'll arrange that. I'll speak to Howard. Howard, can you answer in the comments, have you actually got a microphone that you can speak to us when we close the stream? Let's see if he answers in the chat, because we'll have a quick chat with you, and then we'll see about doing next Friday.
Out a lot.
Yeah, of course it will, mate. Most of my subscribers are Americans. Good people, by the way. So anyone else got anything else to say before we sort of end the streams? Because we're doing it for about an hour, maybe it's an hour and a bit nowadays. Until we get bigger, obviously, massive, where thousands of people watch us. So anyone else got anything to say? I've got you, Ben. You got anything to say, mate?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I think that's all.
You just want to thank everyone, mate, don't you?
Thanks for watching tonight. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, North Cinematics, and everyone else as well. But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, over to you, Chris.
Cheers everyone for watching. It was really a blast, me talking about all of this tech, for all of the support in the comments, especially Harem King. I know you're a sack of shit, but deep down you're actually a good guy. Yeah. So cheers once again for coming out. I know I've thrown this link somewhere in my outdated trash, and you still checked it out and came to see what us three are actually bitching about. So also thank you to everyone who came to watch this stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the Restless Natives. Yours truly, Chris from City Gaming Zone, and Ben from North Cinematics. Have a good one.
Thank you, Chris. That was excellent. Howard, yeah, Xbox headset should work as long as you can get on Discord. Just click on the streaming chat. Don't do it yet, for fuck's sake. But thank you for coming to the stream tonight. That's Mr. Devlin saying out. And thank you to Ben and Chris, the panelists tonight. We should have next week Howard Hopkins. This will be good. He's actually been one of a lot of us, our biggest supporters. Really actually appreciate him. He gives me shit, I give him shit. Really nice guy. But thank you for watching the stream tonight, and see us next week about 8:30 UK time. The Restless Natives out.